Hi Bulldogs, good to see you. Today I'd like to read a story to you. It's called The Drum Calls Softly. And this story is written by some authors who themselves are indigenous people. They are and identify as members of the Cree Nation. Now, Cree Native Americans lived above Lake Superior, so a little bit more in the central area of the continent here in North America. Up in Canada, nowadays a lot of people who identify as Cree are living in Montana. We, of course, here in Seattle have an amazing tradition of First Peoples going way back, and those people continue to live here today. We have, at the beginning of our assemblies and sometimes in our announcements, a statement that acknowledges that the land that we are on and the work that we do here is in fact on the land of the Duwamish people. This book talks about the traditional music of the Cree Indians, and it is beautiful music. And I would ask, as we read through and we listen to a little bit of it, I would ask that you pay attention and see if you can think of some words that might describe this music. What kind of instruments are they using? How are they using their voices? Are they singing high or low? How many people are singing? Is it men and women who are singing, or just men or children? So give it a careful listen as we go through. Wow, this traditional music, of course, was heard long ago and continues to be heard at events today like powwows. There are, of course, many other ways in which Indigenous people represent themselves. And in music, sometimes this includes contemporary forms of music. So below this video in the comment, I will include some links to some other music of First Peoples that you can listen to get an idea of how diverse that music truly is. But for now, let's get started with the book, The Drum Calls Softly. The Drum Calls Softly by David Picard and Shelley Willier. Paintings by Jim Poitras. Step into the outer circle. Listen to the beating drum. Take my hand and hold it tight. The thing you seek is soon to come. Everybody's smiling because our hearts all beat as one. Listen to the drum. It calls. The magic's here. It has begun. Have you danced the round dance yet? It's always been my favorite one. My musum and my kukum. Let me dance it to the rising sun. We set our teepee by the creek, where musum wakes me every day. When first the sun caresses the earth and draws us all outside to pray. We start the day by giving thanks to Mother Earth for all she brings. Then Kokum takes to working. By the fire, I can hear her sing. She's making bannock. We all stop to eat together by the creek. When soon she bids us gather round, I hear the water start to speak. That creek, it speaks in circles. You must shut your eyes and try to hear. It's telling of how seasons turn and how they have from year to year. And now it speaks of a baby's birth, and now an elder's place to rest. And now it speaks of olden days, and now of Raven's sacred quest. I find I'm getting thirsty when the creek invites me down to drink. My body's soothed, I feel content. My soul is cleansed, I'm free to think. I bid my kokum to come near and ask if she can hear at all. I whisper softly, "Can you hear the circles in my heart? They call." Dance in circles around the drum. Seek the magic, and it will come. Shut your eyes so you might hear. That song is sung to draw you near. Dance real hard around that drum. Feel the magic. It's here. It has come. It's right here, deep inside of you. I know you feel it because I do too. The early evening brings out friends who come with hugs and warm handshakes, with caring smiles and laughter too, and stories and songs, some old and some new. How high can eagle fly, they sing. How long can bear lay there asleep? The drum knows all, we hear it speak. It answers us with every beat. Night has finally taken hold. I'm tired, but I feel warm and good. My musum and my kokum lead me home the way I knew they would. I'm weary, I can hardly walk. When I hear a voice that calls my name, I stumble as I turn to look. Come back, my friend, you're not the same. Whose voice is this, I ask myself. Is it the creak or is it still the drum? I listen hard and I try to think. It's from my heart it seems to come. Have you danced the round dance yet? Of course you have. You're in my dream. You've danced in circles next to me. You now know things aren't as they seem. Your heart and mine have beat as one. We've danced all night around that drum. You held my hand and you stayed with me. You now are family. You're a part of me. Okay, before we started that book, I asked when we listened that you try to think about what that music sounded like, who was singing. To me, the traditional music of the Cree has a very kind of tight and bright and high, very forced sound where men sing very high. A lot of times the singing is done around a large drum that is beaten by many people at the same time. So that's some of what we heard there. But again, I'll link some other examples of Indigenous music below, and that concludes this video. See you next time.